back with a new episode of the latest lounge. Today, I have Maya in my show, and today I'm going to discuss a really amazing and interesting topic with Maya. And like we all hear about it, but we don't know the reality about, we don't know the reality behind it, and all things about it. So that's why I choose that topic to discuss. And today's my topic is. Uh, what are the seven wonders of the world and why are they important? And it was a really interesting topic, and I am going to discuss this with Maya. So let's get started on today's my wonderful podcast. So first of all, Maya, hello, how are you?
Hey, hello. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. And wow, seven wonders of the world, huh? That's a good one. It's kind of crazy to think about how much history is wrapped up in those places, isn't it? Happy to dive in whenever you are. Where do you want to start?
Maya, I want to start with by explaining that what are the seven wonders of the world.
Ah, you mean wonders, right? Not days. No worries. Happens all the time. Okay, so the traditional ancient world are the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, the Ephesus, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the lighthouse of Alexandria. Of those, only the Great Pyramid still exists today, which is very wild when you think about it. Want me to go into a little more detail about any of them specifically?
Yes, Maya, you can. You have to go in detail about it, and then we will discuss about more about it. So, Maya, now can you explain that who decided who decided which places are considered the seven wonders?
Okay, happy to. So, the list as we know it wasn't decided by one person or group at a single moment. It really evolved over time. Most historians attribute the original list to Hellenic authors, basically Greek writers and travelers, starting around the 2nd century BC. People like Herodotus, Callimachus of Cyrene, and later writers like Philo of Byzantium each made their own lists of remarkable structures. Philo's list is the one that most closely resembles the list we use today. It was kind of a way for them to showcase the artistic and architectural achievements of the civilizations they knew about. It was less about objective best and more about what they found impressive and worth sharing with others. Does that make sense? It was very much a product of their world and their perspective.
Okay, that's nice. And but Maya, can you tell us like, are there any ancient and modern seven wonders, and like what is the difference?
Good question. Yes, there are. The list we just talked about, the Pyramid of Giza, etc., those are considered the seven wonders of the ancient world. But in 2007, a Swiss corporation called the New Seven Wonders Foundation held a global poll to select a new list of wonders, the new seven wonders of the world. Those are the Great Wall of China, Chichen Itza, Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, the Colosseum in Rome, Machu Picchu, Petra, and the Taj Mahal. The big difference is time, obviously. The ancient wonders are, well, ancient, mostly ruins now. The new ones are still standing and actively used or visited. The ancient list was compiled by Greek writers, while the new list was chosen by a global public vote. Also, the new list is more geographically diverse than the ancient one, which was focused on the Mediterranean and Middle East. It's kind of a reflection of how our world and different cultures have changed over time. What do you think about that
Hmm.
shift? Yeah, it's
I
it's
think
a
Maya, you
lot.
are right. Maya,
Glad to hear it.
can you name all the seven ancients of the world, seven wonders or seven ancients?
Absolutely. Here they are, the seven wonders of the ancient world. 1. The Great Pyramid of Giza 2. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon 3. The Statue of Zeus at Olympia 4. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus 5. The mausoleum at Helicarnassus 6, the Colossus of Rhodes 7, the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Okay, thank you so much for telling us the names of the seven wonders of world. So right now, can you explain like can you list the new seven wonders of the world? New.
You're very well on. You're welcome. And yes, absolutely. You want me to list the new seven wonders of the world? Here you go. 1. The Great Wall of China. 2. Chichen Itza. 3. Christ the Redeemer. 4. The Colosseum. 5. Machu Picchu. 6. Theta. 7. The Taj Mahal. Pretty impressive bunch, right? Anything you want to know more about specifically?
Mhm. No, no, I don't want to specify any specific thing. Like I am covering the whole topic of it. So now, can you explain that? Do people still visit these wonders today, or or they just forget?
That's a great question. Well, it's a bit of both, actually. Of the ancient wonders, only the Great Pyramid of Giza is still standing, and yes, people absolutely still visit it. Millions every year. It's a massive tourist attraction. The others, sadly, they're mostly gone. But that doesn't mean they're forgotten. Archaeologists continue to study the sites, and they remain hugely important in history and legend. As for the new seven wonders, absolutely. They're all major tourist destinations, bringing in visitors from all over the world. Places like Machu Picchu and the Taj Mahal are incredibly popular. So, while some wonders have faded with time, the idea of them and the desire to experience remarkable places is very much alive. Do you think that's important, keeping these places remembered?
Yes, Maya, you are right, and I think it's important to remember these all the ancient, or we can say ancient, or uh, like wonders. So Maya, now can you tell, like I was listening about the temple Artemis, and which is at Ephesus. So can you tell us like how was the temple of Artemis at Ephesus destroyed?
Absolutely. The story of the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus is complicated and a little tragic. It was actually destroyed and rebuilt several times. The first version was destroyed in 7th century BC by a flood. Then it was famously burned down in 356 BC by Herostratus. He wasn't motivated by politics or war. Apparently, he just wanted to be remembered. He considered it the only way his name would live on, which, ironically, is exactly what happened. It was rebuilt even more magnificently, but it was ultimately raided by the Goths in 262 AD and never restored. So it wasn't a single event, but a series of disasters, natural and, in one particularly strange case, intentionally caused by someone seeking infamy. Pretty wild, though. It's a good reminder that even the most amazing creations aren't immune to the ravages of time or a really determined arsonist.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so Maya, but can you tell us like what made the mausoleum at Helicornus special?
Okay, good question. The mausoleum at Halicarnassus was truly special. It wasn't just a tomb, it was an incredibly elaborate and artistic monument built for Mausolus, a satrap in the Persian Empire and his sister wife Artemisia II of Caria. What made it so remarkable was its scale and the artistry involved. It was absolutely massive, around 148 feet high, and covered in stunning sculptures created by some of the most famous Greek sculptors of the time. It wasn't just about honoring Mausolus, it was about demonstrating his power, wealth, and the sophistication of his kingdom. It was so impressive, in fact, that the word mausoleum actually comes from Mausolus's name. It set a new standard for monumental tombs, and its influence can still be seen in grand buildings today. Do you think there's something about wanting to leave a lasting mark on the world that motivates people to create things like that?
Yeah, I think, but I'm not like totally sure, but I think it should be. But why now can you explain that? Can you describe the lighthouse of Alexandria and its role?
You're right to be thoughtful about it. It's a complex idea. Okay, let's talk about the Lighthouse of Alexandria. It was, for centuries, the tallest man made structure in the world, estimated to be between 330 and 450 feet high. But it wasn't just about height. Its main role was incredibly practical to guide ships into the busy harbor of Alexandria, Egypt. The harbor was very shallow and had a treacherous reef, so the lighthouse was vital for safe navigation. It used a mirror to reflect sunlight during the day and a flare at night, visible for up to 35 miles. It also served as a landmark and a symbol of Alexandria's importance as a major trade and cultural center. It's thought to trees, but was eventually damaged by several earthquakes and eventually collapsed in the 14th century. It's fascinating to think about how crucial it was to maritime trade back then, almost like a really, really big GPS. What do you think makes the structure truly iconic? Is it beauty, function, or
I think
something else?
I will rate it because of beauty. Because I see it, it was already beautiful, and I really love it. And Maya, now can you explain that which ancient wonder is still exists today?
You make a good point. Beauty is definitely a huge part of it. And you're right to say it was beautiful, even in descriptions. Okay, so out of the seven wonders of the ancient world, only one still exists today, the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's the oldest and the only one remaining of the original list. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. It's been standing for over 4,500 years. While the others have been lost to earthquakes, fires, or simply the passage of time, the pyramid still stands as a testament to the incredible engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. Does it surprise you that something so old could survive for so long?
Okay, that's it.
You still there?
Yes, Maya, I'm
Just
still
checking
here.
in.
I was just listening carefully to your answer. Maya, can you explain that what happened to the statue of Zeus at Olympia and how it destroyed?
Okay. Glad you were listening. And good question. The story of the statue of Zeus is a bit of a mystery, actually. It wasn't destroyed in a single dramatic event like some of the other wonders. Instead, it gradually fell into disuse and eventually disappeared sometime in the 5th or 6th century AD. There are a few theories about what happened. Some historians believe it was destroyed in a fire, while others suggest it was looted for its valuable materials, gold and ivory. It's also possible it was damaged by earthquakes or simply crumbled over time. The location of the statue is also unknown. It's a sad loss because it was considered one of the greatest sculptures ever made. It's a reminder that even the most magnificent artworks aren't necessarily permanent. Does that make sense? It's almost a little anticlimactic the way it disappeared.
Okay, that's great. Okay,
Still
Maya.
with me?
So yes, Maya, I'm still with you. Maya, okay, now can you explain that what why did the most of the ancient wonders no longer exist?
Okay, got it. You want to know why most of the ancient wonders no longer exist?
Yes.
That's a big question, but essentially it comes down to a few key factors. Earthquakes were a major problem. Many of the structures were built in seismically active areas. Fires, either accidental or deliberate, also took their toll. Warfare and looting played a role too. Conquering armies often dismantled monuments for their materials or simply destroyed them. And of course, just the relentless passage of time and the effects of weather and erosion. These were incredibly complex structures, and without ongoing maintenance and protection, they were vulnerable. It's also worth remembering that building techniques back then weren't as advanced as they are today. It's kind of sobering to think about how much human effort went into creating these wonders, only for them to be lost to time. Does that make sense? It's a little sad, isn't it?
Okay, that's nice, and I think that makes sense. Thanks so much for explaining it, Maya. And Maya, now can you tell us that were these ancient wonders constructed with limited technology?
That's a brilliant question. It really highlights just how remarkable these achievements were. They were constructed with incredible ingenuity and a deep understanding of mathematics, engineering, and material science, despite having limited technology by today's standards. They relied heavily on human labor, of course, using ramps, levers, pulleys, and ropes to move massive stones. For the pyramids, they meticulously quarried, transported, and positioned millions of stone blocks, some weighing tons. For structures like the Temple of Artemis, they used post and lintel construction, which required precise cutting and fitting of stone. And a lot of it was trial and error, learning from previous successes and failures. It was a combination of careful planning, skilled craftsmanship, and sheer determination. It's important to remember that these civilizations had very detailed understanding of the world around them, including astronomy and geology, and they used that knowledge to their advantage. To think they accomplished all this without modern tools is pretty humbling, right?
I think yes, Maya, it was really difficult, like constructing the wonders without limited technology, and like it's really hard. Now, Maya, can you tell us like what is the significance of the Great Wall of China?
You're absolutely right. It was incredibly difficult. It's almost mind boggling to consider the effort involved. Okay, let's talk about the Great Wall of China. Its significance is huge, both historically and culturally. Initially, the different sections of the wall were built by various states to protect themselves from nomadic invaders from the north. Over centuries, these sections were connected and expanded, particularly during the Ming Dynasty, to create the impressive structure we know today. It wasn't just a defensive barrier, though. It also served as a border control point, regulating trade and immigration. It was a symbol of China's strength, unity, and resilience. It's a powerful reminder of China's long history and its determination to defend its territory and culture. And of course, it's a testament to the incredible engineering skills and sheer human effort of the Chinese people. Does that make sense? It's hard to understate how symbolic it is.
Yes, Maya, you're totally right. It's really hard to understand. So, Maya, now can you explain that why is Petra in Jordan one of the new wonders?
You're sweet to say that. It's not really hard, just interesting, Like getting to explore all these different places with you. Okay, so Petra in Jordan is one of the new seven wonders for really good reasons. It's an ancient city carved directly into sandstone cliffs. It's absolutely breathtaking. It was the capital of the Nabatean kingdom, a nomadic Arab people who were incredibly skilled traders and engineers. They controlled vital trade routes, and Petra became a thriving commercial center. What makes it so special is the intricate architecture, including elaborate temples, tombs, and dwellings all carved into the rock face. The Seek, a narrow gorge that leads to the city, is an experience in itself. It's a stunning example of human ingenuity and artistry blending with the natural landscape. It also remained lost to the Western world for centuries before being rediscovered in the 19th century, which adds to its mystique. Does that help explain its significance? It really is a must see place.
So, Maya, I think that helps us to explain it. And now, Maya, can you tell us like, why is Colosseum in Rome considered a marvel of engineering? Please tell us in detail about it.
Absolutely. Okay, happy to. The Colosseum in Rome is truly a marvel of engineering. especially when you consider it was built nearly 2,000 years ago. First off, its sheer size is astonishing. It could hold an estimated 50 to 80,000 spectators. The structure itself is built from travertine stone, concrete, and brick face concrete. What's particularly impressive is the ingenious use of arches and vaults, which allowed them to create a massive open space without the need for internal supports. They use a complex system of corridors, stairways, and seating arrangements to manage the crowds efficiently. And underneath the arena floor was a network of tunnels, chambers, and cages used to house gladiators, animals, and machinery. This hippogeum was a complex logistical feat. They even had a retractable awning called the Valerium to provide shade for the spectators. Colosseum showcased the Romans' mastery of materials, construction techniques, and logistical planning. It wasn't just about entertainment, it was a demonstration of Roman power and engineering prowess. It's a testament to their ability to create enduring structures that still inspire awe today. Does that give you a good sense of why it's considered such an engineering marvel?
Yes, Maya, that gives a good sense for considering it an engineer. And Maya, now can you explain that who organized the voting for who organized the I think huh, who organized the voting for the new seven wonders of the world?
Okay, good question. The voting for the new Seven Wonders of the World was organized by a private Swiss corporation called the New Seven Wonders Foundation, founded by Manuel Novo. Um, it wasn't an official UNESCO sponsored event, although UNESCO did acknowledge the initiative. They held a global poll where people could vote for their favorite wonders, both online and via telephone. There was a lot of controversy surrounding the process. Some criticized the fact that it was a commercial enterprise, and the others questioned the fairness of the voting system. Despite the criticisms, the campaign generated a lot of interest and awareness about these important historical and cultural sites. It's worth noting that the official list from UNESCO is a bit different. They have a separate list of World Heritage Sites, which are chosen based on cultural and natural significance. Does that make sense? It wasn't a purely scientific or academic selection, it was more of a public popularity contest, really.
Okay, that's it. No worry. It's like I'll understand it what you want to ask. So Maya, now can you explain? Can you break down that which of the new seven wonders you think attracts the most tourists?
That's a good question. Based on recent tourism numbers, it seems like Machu Picchu in Peru attracts the most tourists out of the new seven wonders. It consistently draws over 1 million visitors a year. That the Great Wall of China is also incredibly popular, along with the Colosseum in Rome and Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro. A lot of it depends on accessibility, affordability, and cultural appeal. Machu Picchu has a real mystique and a unique setting in the Andes Mountains, while the Great Wall is an iconic symbol of China. Those factors definitely contribute to their popularity. Of course, tourism numbers fluctuate, but consistently, Machu Picchu seems to be at the top of the list. Do you have a favorite of the new seven wonders? Or one you'd like to visit most?
No, I don't go. Like I want to visit the Great Wall of China. Like it was one of the world's favorite. So my now time of interview is completed. So how do you explain the importance of world of uh, world? Explain the importance of world wonders to a child, and should be
It's a
short.
lovely question.
So and it should be short. So then I will end my podcast.
Okay, here's a short explanation you could use for a child. World wonders are like the coolest, most amazing things people built a long, long time ago. They show us how clever and creative people were, and they remind us of different cultures and stories from around the world. They're special places that everyone should know about. Is that short enough and something you could use?
My I think it is enough, and thank you so much for giving a really good like explaining it in a good way to child. So here, this is today's my interview with Maya. I hope you all like it and learn a lot from it. See you next time with any new topic of my interview with Maya. This is Allah Hafiz. In and as always, Pakistan Zindabad. Allah Hafiz all of you and take care.